Are you a busy mom who feels like your life is moving in Are you a busy mom? Christ's sake, child. Can you just shh and allow me to do what I'm doing?
Let's begin.
Are you a busy mom who feels like your life is moving in every direction except the one that fulfills you? You're not alone. In this video, I'll show you how you can take those first steps towards finding your unique purpose and ultimately living a life that's more fulfilling. So, if you're ready to feel excited about what you do and how you can align this with your everyday life, stay tuned. I am Shalika Powell Tomlinson and I'm a working mother. When I am not working in a call center that's open from as early as 6 a.m. to as late as 11 p.m., I'm at home with my kids. This is one of two, right? And a lot of times we feel like that's our life, just going to work, sometimes a job that doesn't really fulfill us, and then coming home and being mom or wife or whatever, you know, other roles that you have to play. What can we find that really gives... When we have a sense of purpose about what it is that we are doing, it gives us more vigor, more energy to do even the everyday things. So going to work doesn't feel like such a burden. Taking care of your kids doesn't feel like Alright, so I thought I could do this with him, but I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna put him down and
2 hours later.
purpose is like one of those words that, you know, we throw about a lot and we hear about a lot, and sometimes we think it's for other persons but just not for us. I beg to differ. Alright, so to find your true passion, one of the first thing that I decided to do was to start with the end in mind. And when I say end, I mean the literal end, like death end. So one of the things that I did to identify, you know, what I'm passionate about and what my purpose is, was to think about my funeral. A bit dark, but just stick with me, you'll get it.
Now hold up now.
What is it that I wanted my eulogy to be? What are the things that I wanted them to share that I accomplished? What are some of the things that I impacted change in? I wanted to get an idea of what I want that to be like in order to understand what it is that I want to do in life. Yes, I want them to say that I am a mother, a grandmother, because, you know, I want to live old. But ultimately, what I really want them to focus on is the legacy that I left in how I touch people's life. That is what is most important to me. I want people at my funeral to get up and speak about how they remembered me saying something or doing something that really changed the trajectory of their lives. And when I identify that that is what I want from people, or what I want people to say at my funeral, I knew that one of the things that I need to do has to be a way of impacting people to the point where they consider changing the trajectory of their life. I know that can be something massive, but it can also be something small. Being able to identify that this is the legacy that I want to leave brought me a step towards discovering what my purpose or my passion should be. Just write what you would want people to be saying about you, and it will give you a good start to discover what it is that you're passionate about and what your purpose in life may very well be. Now, if you're too scared to write your own eulogy, then you can always use my Purpose Finder questionnaire that's linked in my bio. Tip number 2 is to find what energizes you. Now, passion isn't just about what you're good at, right? It's about what genuinely excites and energizes you. For example, at work, I'm good at admin stuff, right? But does it energize me? Nah, I actually could do without it, but I think I'm relatively good at it. Think back to moments when you've lost track of time, like you're doing something and you're so lost in it that you didn't even realize that the time flew by so quickly. That could be an indication that that thing that you're doing is something that you love. Think back to those moments when you're doing something, like maybe it was cooking, maybe it was cleaning, whatever it is you were, and I don't mean to be so domestic, but it could be anything else that you were doing. I think I lose track when I am creating something. I don't want you guys to think too hard about it. Don't think about, being productive or making money. Just think about something that once you're doing, you lose track of time. That's the only thing you're thinking about. Don't overthink it, okay? Write a list of those things. If you found one thing, excellent. If you found two, even more excellent. If you found three, that's incredible. Just write it down. What is or are those things that you found that once you're doing them, you get lost in time and they energize you? When you're finished doing them, you don't feel like, oh God, I've been doing this forever, or you don't feel tired. You feel like, okay, I could take on something else. The third tip is to connect that passion to serving others. And that's where purpose comes in. Because passion is something that you love doing, but purpose is something that you love doing for others. We always benefit when we do something for somebody else. That feeling that we get that warms us from the inside out and makes us feel like, okay, I am doing something that matters. That is what we get when we do something for somebody. It may not be money, but sometimes just feeling good about yourself is more valuable than money. When you discover what your purpose is, then you're gonna feel so much better about yourself. You're gonna feel so much better about life. You're gonna feel so much more energized to do all the other mundane tasks that we don't necessarily enjoy doing. In order to discover how you can turn your passion into purpose, you need to ask yourself, how can I use my passion to serve others? Let's use the sleeping example. So you think that, sleeping is your passion. You enjoy sleeping. There are a lot of persons in this world who are unable to have a good night's rest. You can help them discover how they can have a good night's rest. And believe me, when people sleep better, it is so much better for their health and their relationships. If you're a sleeper and you're somebody who doesn't have a problem sleeping, you can help people who have a problem sleeping to sleep better. That could be from helping them find a mattress that is best suited for their body. It could also be creating like videos about how people can sleep better. There are a wide range of reasons why persons aren't able to sleep properly. You understand? And you could assist with making that possible for them. So that's essentially how you're connecting your passion to your purpose and ultimately serving others. Just to go over the 3 tips. The first one is to start with the end in mind. So take your time to think about what it is that you want people to say when you pass. What is the impact that you want them to share that you have made while you were living, and use that to determine what it is that you want to ultimately do in your life. Tip number 2 is to find that thing that you're good at, or those things that you're good at, things that you get lost in whenever you're doing them. If you haven't yet discovered what that is, you can always use my Purpose Finder questionnaire that's linked in the bio. And number 3 is find out how those things that you're good at can help people. How can you use it to serve another person? Because ultimately, that's where purpose comes in. Purpose is about serving others, doing the things that we are passionate about. Of course, if you want to dig deeper into finding your purpose, I have a questionnaire that I've prepared for you. The link is in my bio, and you guys can go ahead and download that PDF and complete the questionnaire, and hopefully you'll be one step closer to discovering your purpose. I also want to encourage you guys to read this book that I've read that I find to be very enlightening. It's called, let me tell you the name, it's called A Life Worth Living by Kevin John Delaney. I got it from Amazon Kindle. You guys can buy it in paperback if you want, or you can buy it on Kindle. And it's been a great read.
I want to pause here to say that this book actually gave me the idea to start with the end in mind, to think about my funeral and what it is that I want to be remembered for. And that really stood out to me in this book. It gave me the chance to really reflect on my life, where it is now and where I would want it to be. And it has been really enlightening for me.
Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. I'm just gonna do it, and whatever happens, happens. You know, it's life. And this is what being a mom is about. You're gonna have kids who are going to get in the way of you doing what you really want to do, and you have to just learn to deal with it. It's not like you can send them back where they're coming from. That would be painful.